Precious moments that is very special to many women out there. If yours hasn't happened, I pray that it does happen for you in good time. But knowing exactly what to do during pregnancy is very important and beneficial to both the health of the mother and the baby. But the big question this morning is, do you know exactly what to do and what not to do when you take seed? My very good friend Rachel is here this morning. Rachel Hesi Mate, she is a midwife. She's been on the show a number of times. It's Wednesday, and on Wednesdays, we talk about your health. So let's just get straight into it. Tell you what you can and what you cannot do during pregnancy. Good morning, darling.
Good morning.
It's not October yet, but you're wearing pink. It's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How's baby doing?
Everyone is fine.
Yeah, we thank God. The other day we were talking about breastfeeding.
Yeah.
When I finished, you can imagine the number of calls that I had. Anyway, today we are talking about pregnancy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for those of us and for many millions of women out there who have never been pregnant, or even those who have even given birth already, what's the feeling like? How do you know? What are the signs and symptoms of pregnancy?
Okay, thank you, and good morning to all your viewers. So pregnancy, I always say, or it is said that it's not a disease.
Okay.
You plan for it, even though some come unexpectedly.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, but most of it are planned for. So the major sign that you would see that you are pregnant is when you miss your menses. So you expect, or all ladies, women in their reproductive age have their menses either before, middle, or at the end of the month. So when you miss your menses for a number of days, it should click that
Like
end.
how long?
So
10 days, 8 days?
From 3 days and above.
You should be worried.
Yes. And you should be worried if you have had unprotected sex. Because if you've missed your menses and throughout there was no intercourse, you shouldn't be alarmed relating to pregnancy, but you should be worried maybe other conditions. Yes.
Okay.
But if we are walking in the line of pregnancy, you miss your menses and you've had fun unprotectedly, you should think of pregnancy.
Okay.
So the common check is where we walk to the pharmacy and then we get the pregnancy kit.
Okay.
And then we use our urine. We encourage early morning urine.
Why early morning urine? What happens to the urine later on in the day?
So we believe that the first urine coming out after your sleep, the first urine that comes out is able to pick out anything that is happening in the body. So during the day, you might have eaten, taken a lot of fluid, and might dilute a lot of things in the system.
Okay.
So just when you wake up, you hadn't taken anything, the first urine is able to pick up a lot of things.
Okay.
And when you use that urine with the kids, it draws two red lines. Some come very deep, some a deep, and then a very faint one. It tells you that you are pregnant. So right away, we encourage all mothers, the moment you confirm, you should visit the hospital for booking.
Oh.
Gone are the days where we keep pregnancy for 3 months, 4 months. Oh, I'm waiting for me to start feeling the kicks before I start antenatal clinic. No. Right away when you confirm, oh, it is 2 lines and I'm expecting, I've missed my menses, I've had unprotected sex, definitely I'm pregnant. You start antenatal right away.
Okay.
From there, we try to educate you the do's and the don'ts, which we'll be talking about. And then it helps us have a quality care, focused antenatal with you and then the family as well.
Okay. Rachel, I want to ask a quick question. What you're talking about is when pregnancy comes naturally.
Naturally.
But for those who've been trying for a long time, probably through other means, IVF and all that, they are very expectant, but it's not coming. What frequency would you advise that they do pregnancy testing to see if it's happened or not?
Some school of thought, when you read, they tell you when you are too expectant, the system tend not to work as it's supposed. So we always encourage them to be relaxed. Yes, you want it to happen. This month I go check whether I've missed my menses, calculating the days. Psychologically, the body doesn't get ready for it. So as part of the management, we tell them just relax, have fun, even though maybe you've tried a whole lot of times, but also getting the anxiety level can also predict the outcome of whatever process, whether IVF, natural way. It can also, someone get married and then the society expects that in some few months we should see,
happen,
yes.
yeah.
But some get married and they decide among themselves, okay, for the whole year we are not going to get pregnant. Others, you try, bam, the following month it's happening. It varies with every woman, but don't be too expectant. It really affects the system.
Right.
When you are relaxed and as part of the treatment, sometimes those who can afford, just go for a vacation somewhere, just to take your mind off a lot of things, and then the system will be ready to look at the young ones, the high teenage pregnancy rate. They're having fun.
Because they don't really care. They are not really thinking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay, so now that we've established that we are pregnant, do we take it stage by stage?
Yeah.
Or right from the onset, what do you do? And one important question I want to ask you, if pregnancy is natural, is the care different from when you opt for other options like IVF and all that?
Yes, the care becomes a little different, because with the IVF, some are kept in the hospital till delivery.
Wow.
Because of the medications and the procedures that is being carried on them, some are being kept in the hospital throughout till they deliver. Even sometimes with normal conception, they may have some complication, maybe bleeding during the first or second trimester, and would want to monitor you for complete bed rest. So with that one too, it comes with another special care. However, the normal pregnancy, they come as and when the date is given to them for antenatal clinic. So the moment you realize you are pregnant, you come, we do the booking, and then we give you some labs to run, which is very important to us.
All right.
And we expect all mothers to do that as part of the dues.
What would be on the lab request?
Okay, so your full blood count, to know your blood level, which is important because it's the blood that is providing the baby with nutrients, oxygen and all that. So when your blood level is not to the optimum level we require, we need to start treatment right away. But it gives some of the labs, and the mothers do it as and when they want to. So when you come for the booking, we give you all those labs. We do HIV, we do syphilis, any other condition that we think will harm you and the baby, we do the lab, and then we do a scan to confirm whether the pregnancy is actually in the womb.
There are pregnancies outside the womb?
That is what we call the ectopic.
Do they survive?
So when most
those pregnancies
don't survive, because where the body or God prepared the womb as a place or a home for developing babies, and then this baby end up or fertilization occur, and then gets stuck in the fallopian tube. Of course, that place wouldn't be conducive enough, the space and everything, to help the baby grow. So most of them don't survive. And then when you don't come to the hospital for us to detect, it tends to rupture, and then you come as an emergency. So as part of the dues, you come to the hospital, we make you do a scan, and then it confirms, okay, this is in the womb. Also, it tells us, okay, it's 1 or it's 2. Yeah. So that one is also important.
Are there instances where you could probably be carrying twins, but when the scans are around, maybe the first few scans, it can tell only one? Does it happen?
And 90% of the scan would detect right away with the first scan that you do. However, we've had incidents, about few percentage, where one was detected, but later, third trimester, or even at birth, they realized that,
are you serious? Only one was detected?
Yes, in few cases, but now most of the scan will pick it up right from the onset. Yes. Yeah. So you come, we'll educate you also what you should see. The moment you're pregnant, we don't want to see blood. We don't want to see blood.
So if you're seeing blood, what does it mean?
It tells us that there's a problem somewhere. It's either you are trying to expel whatever that is in there, or you're bleeding from somewhere. So during the early trimester, when you should see spotting blood, you should come to the hospital. And then we want to establish the fact, maybe you came and then the midwife or your doctor told you, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time or in a month time. But after a day or 2 or a week, you start having problems. You don't wait till the date that was given to you. You come as and when you detect that there is a problem somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Then also we encourage the dudes they should continue with their normal diet, but we encourage more of fruits and vegetables.
But before you
to-
even get to the diet,
Sure.
when I was reading up on this before we started talking, I saw a term, implantation bleeding.
Bleeding, sure.
And I'm asking because I've also heard that sometimes when you're pregnant, you can still be
Yeah,
spotting.
yeah.
Is it the same thing? Because
So
you
there are
mentioned
two
you're not
different
supposed to see
things.
blood.
We don't want to see blood. But an implantation bleeding, that is why you need to come for us to confirm whether it's an implantational bleeding.
What does it even mean?
It means that, you see, when development starts, the placenta tries to embed in the womb, the uterus or the womb.
Okay.
So as it forces itself to embed, some of the blood vessels are being scraped off, and then we see as so it is implanting into the uterus or the womb. So it's that bleeding, it's not active bleeding. So when you come, we'll be able to confirm that, okay, the pregnancy is intact. This is implantational bleeding, so we are fine. Yes, just to rule out any other complications that the pregnancy will come
All right,
up
Rachel,
with.
thank you. Let's continue with what we eat when we're pregnant.
So when we're pregnant, now you are supplying to yourself and then to your baby as well. But it doesn't also mean you overeat. You still do your 3 square meal, but you add more. That
And
is
I'm told
more.
many women eat a whole lot during
lot,
pregnancy.
yes,
And see
yes.
3 square meals there. Yeah.
Or in between, you can have snacks.
Snacks.
Yes.
Okay.
But we are also looking at your weight.
But what causes the craving? I want to understand.
It's hormonal.
Oh.
The hormonal changes that occur in the system.
Okay.
So something you never liked,
You may
like it, and then it's something that you used to like.
You won't like during pregnancy.
So it is the hormonal changes that occur in the system that make us react to the morning sickness, to the cravings and all that. Yeah.
All right. So, but basically, what must I see on my plate to eat into my stomach to feed myself and the baby?
So
what should it be?
I encourage more of our green vegetables.
Okay.
And then fruits. Aside carbohydrate, we can't do without the carbohydrates and our proteins. But in as much as we take them, more of the fruits and vegetables, because some of the effects of the hormones can make us make them, the pregnant women, constipated. So as you take more of the fruits and vegetables, it helps you get free bowels.
Rachel,
during pregnancy.
you're my
Yes,
very
dear.
good friend. Stop
I love
it
you
this
so much.
morning. Stop it this morning. Listen, some of the pregnant women I know or have experienced do not even feel for fruits and vegetables.
I know.
Some are craving for wache, kelewele, and all those
You can
things.
do all that, but you
At
should
night,
add.
oh.
Hey, it's
saying-
serious. So pregnancy and it's wahala.
No, because I am suspecting that it will be very hard to curb these cravings. Much as you know you're supposed to eat vegetables. Listen, even on a normal day, when you're not pregnant, when you're trying to diet and all, eating vegetables and fruits it is a very hard practice.
Yeah.
Let alone when you are pregnant. How do you control these cravings?
So you are doing this not for yourself alone, but for the baby as well.
So
yes, you know we have a lot of vegetables, we have a lot of fruits. So you may not like this, but you may like that.
I hear some of them smell when you're pregnant. Is it true?
As in the vegetables?
Yes.
Yes, all lies on the hormonal changes.
Wow.
Okay, so me, for instance, when I get pregnant, I don't like the smell of onion when we are cooking. I just don't want to hear the smell.
You can't stand it.
At all. So it varies with every woman, and it's basically the hormonal changes that causes that. And then aside the diet, which that one, we are so much into it because we don't want you to overweight.
Okay.
Because when you get bloated, the baby comes, and then now you are trying to work on your weight. So in as much as you are craving, you want this, you want that, have control over it so that you be within the required weight during pregnancy.
What's the average weight that one can put on when you're pregnant?
12. The
kg.
highest you add on is
12 kg.
Yes, 12.
The highest you should add on when you're
12,
pregnant is 12.
basically.
So if it goes beyond 12, it means it's a problem.
We are entering into the obese level, which wouldn't help us. Yeah.
12.
12.
That's it. If it crosses 13, 14,
we would have to start putting you on a special diet. So
what do you say to vitamins and supplements when you're pregnant?
Good. So we give right from the onset, you confirm you are pregnant, you can start taking the usual folic acid we all know. Then from 12 weeks, your gynecologist or obstetrician, your midwife will give you the prescribed, will put on your table varieties of the multivitamins we have, and then you make an informed choice what you want to take.
Right.
So when you start taking it, you are cool with it, it's not giving any problems, you continue till delivery. When you have problem, you come back, you tell them, okay, when I take, I have A or B complications, and then we'll change it for you. So we put on your table what would be good for you.
Okay.
So you don't walk to the pharmacy and then you buy A or B or C.
Right.
Yes. So with the hematinics, it's best when your doctor or your midwife prescribes it for you.
What do you say to raw meat and seafood when you're pregnant?
Yeah, people say do not take seafood food when you are pregnant. But as I said, the raw thing about the seafood is we are trying to avoid getting yourself contaminated. Okay. Because of the how it's been prepared.
Right,
yes,
right.
that is why most books or dietitians would say don't go for it, and then unpasteurized milk as well, because we don't want to risk you and the baby. Yes. So now we aside those who are diabetic that need special diet, all mothers, when you come for the antenatal visit, we educate you on the things that you are supposed to eat and what not to eat. Like on nutritional food like the chile, you know, people get pregnant and the crave for it is so high.
That's clay.
Yeah.
That's clay
the
you're
smell,
eating.
you know, during my time,
Because
that
it's
smell,
hormonal.
that smell, yes. But you are not gaining anything out
From
of it.
it.
Yeah. So you need to have control over it.
So it's all about self-control.
Exactly.
But you know, we can't finish this conversation if we do not touch on the place of sex during
Yeah, we will
pregnancy.
talk about it.
So let's talk about it. At what stage can I not do it? And if I can do it, what positions are the best?
Wow. Cookie.
Yes, ma'am. I want to know. Hello. I'm asking for the sisters out there. Abiana is here.
So,
I'm asking for Abiana.
Pregnancy doesn't stop you from having sex. You still continue with your sexual activity. But during the first trimester, we encourage that you we shouldn't be vigorous as it used to during the first trimester.
Okay.
However, you don't stop having it. During the first trimester, what will stop you from having is when you have spotting or when you are bleeding. Yeah, you come to the hospital, we look at it, and then we stop you for a period to see if the bleeding continues. If it doesn't continue, we open the gate and then you can have.
I love that you open the gate.
You can have, because some women can stab their partners for a very long time. The only other condition that may also stop you or limit you is those who have the condition we call cervical incompetence, where they have a procedure where sacrilege is put to protect or seal the womb. So with that, for the period that is being done, they will encourage you not to have sex then for a while. But aside that, you are good to go. And all the position that they know.
Which people? Which people? Me, I don't know.
Really?
So tell me, from month 6, which way?
Missionary.
Did you say missionary?
Yeah, you know missionary is
But my tummy is like this, so how do we missionary?
It's not like that.
Okay.
So as the tummy gets bigger, then the position starts to change, where you can also be on it, assume a sitting position.
You know something? I think we'll have to do this again because the sex positions are very, very important. So later on, we'll have you on so you explain all the positions. How about that? Rachel has been my guest this morning.